It is Monday, March 13th. I am back for my second monitoring appointment for an egg retrieval cycle. Last time I was here, which was what? Friday? Yeah. Friday, I had 3 follicles, 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side, and then I had a cyst. So today I think that cyst has disappeared. The left side, I think she found a really small follicle. It could be the same one, but really small, really faint. On the right side, she found 2 large follicles. I think they each measured at least 17 or 18 milliliters, which I'm trying not to get excited because what I'm looking at is always totally different from what they're looking at. So I'm just gonna wait for my results. But if I have a 17, 18 millimeter something, 2 somethings, I wonder if they're going to want me to trigger so that they can go in for the retrieval of those 2. That just, I mean, it's exciting, but it's mostly nerve-wracking because now the next huge hurdle is for something to actually be inside of those follicles. That's what terrifies the crap out of me. I don't want them to be empty. Nobody wants them to be empty, right? But I just, please let there be something in these 2. Please don't let me lose them before I get here. I don't know why that keeps happening, and that's something that I want to ask them. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. It's March 13th, Monday, and the time change, daylight savings time, I guess, happened yesterday, and it happens for everyone except Arizona. And I even had a conversation about this with someone yesterday, and it did not even dawn on me that how it would affect me and my appointment time and getting here. So usually when I leave home, I leave like around 4:30, and it takes me about 6 hours to get here, give or take the traffic, but the traffic has been awful lately, so 6 hours. But by the time I get here, because California has been an hour behind, I usually have around 40 minutes in between the time that I get here and my appointment. Well, now they're on the same time as us, and so me leaving at that same time and it taking me 6 hours to get here, I cut it really, really close to my appointment time because there is no wiggle room now. And then, of course, like all of my apps on my phone weren't working, including my map. Even though I've done this drive a million times, I still use my map every single time. And it kept saying that the I-10 was closed and that I needed to take another longer route, like basically going, I don't know, maybe like the LA route for a while, and it was gonna put me here an hour past my appointment. I'm like, there's no way, like I can't take this route. So I kept going, hoping that maybe it would like wherever the closure was on the highway or the freeway, wherever the closure was, maybe it would detour me and then I could figure out from there. But I was just going to take the normal route until it made me get off. And good thing that I did that and followed my gut, because where was the road closure? I-10 was not closed at all. There's hella construction all the way from Arizona to California, but no part of the 10 was closed. And it just didn't make sense to me, because like, you can't close the freeway entirely. Like, people have to travel. So I made it all the way through. I'm glad I did not follow my stupid map. Made it all the way through, just past Indio. I don't know where I was, where it stopped, but the first round of traffic happened, which it was more or less a slowdown. It wasn't as bad as the last time, as Friday. It was just a slowdown. It got a little thick, but we all kept rolling. And then the second bout of traffic that I came across, it was a flat out stop. Like, all 4 lanes were stopped, and we were stopped for like 10 minutes. 5 minutes in, people started freaking out and doing the most dangerous shit, like crossing over lanes to get to the ramp that we were all next to, like the on-ramp, not the off-ramp, the on-ramp, and going up, turning around and going up the on-ramp. So basically wrong way driving to get off of the freeway. I'm like, no, you guys are gonna make this whole situation worse. That ramp wasn't closed. There were still people coming onto the on-ramp, or the off. There were still people coming the appropriate way onto the freeway, and people were literally backing up, turning around, going up the ramp, and I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm just not gonna risk my life or somebody else's life because I don't want to be stuck in traffic. Like, let that have been Arizona, it wouldn't have been, because either it would not have been. It would not have been. That's how you know we're in California, because anything goes apparently around here. But as soon as that happened, I'm like, yeah, we're not moving. I called LIC to move my appointment back an hour anyways, just to make sure, because I did not want to miss it. Drive all this way. I was about an hour away anyways. Drive all this way only for me to miss my appointment, and like, I could not. So they moved it back an hour for me, and as soon as I hung up the phone, then all lanes of traffic started moving, and we went past whatever the issue was. So, and I don't know how, but I still got here on time at 10:40 rather than 11:40. And they pretty much got me right in, even though the building is pretty busy. They share a building with other like medical professionals, and I think there's a pediatrician in here and stuff. It's cracking today on Monday, but in LIC itself, it wasn't too busy. So yeah, that's the update. I'm just waiting my 2 hours now to find out what the deal is. I'm excited and extremely nervous at the same time. Oh, and then, so yesterday I also remembered that I was raising Cain about my AMH being sent off and checked. And so yesterday I was just like, oh shoot, I wonder if my AMH results have been posted. And sure enough, they were. So I went on my app and clicked on it, and my AMH had actually dropped back down to 0.11, which, you know, I can do all the preparing in the world for like bad news, and I expected this to happen only because of, as I mentioned before, that other woman on YouTube that I was watching her videos when she did PRP 5 years ago. She said the same thing happened to her. Like, right after PRP, she didn't have her AMH checked like a month later, but the second month she did, and it had dropped. I think that's what she said. It had dropped. And then the third month she had it checked again, and it had almost doubled from her original. So I expected something like that to be a possibility for me, and to not get discouraged, because again, it could happen 2 weeks in, it could happen a month in, 2 months, or the third month in to PRP. But after the third month, it's just not as effective anymore. That's why people do it like every 3 months or so. But anyway, so yeah, mine had dropped and it was like really discouraging, and I just basically had to put myself in a rabbit hole of IVF videos and like talks and things, just to like remind myself that this is part of the process. This was gonna happen, like, you know, it's gonna be fine. So yeah, I'm trying not to like be so hard on that AMH number, because it's about the follicles also at this point. Like, I know that it's just about the follicles. I'm gonna have 1 or 2 or 3 follicles, and if I can just get them to a healthy size with something inside, then that's all that matters. The AMH doesn't matter. I was hoping that with the PRP, it would bring up some more dormant follicles, and I can't tell if that is happening or not. But I'm also like really excited for my third month in. I feel like that might show me something too, because it takes 3 months for a follicle to grow anyways, or for a follicle to come up. So yeah, that's that. So AMH went from 0.021 to 0.12 to 0.30 to 0.11. And then my FSH and E2 have been all over the place, and I've been trying to like monitor those as well, but I'm having trouble correlating the two. It's either like really low or really high. So we'll see what they say. We'll see what happens today.
Very much. So, Dr. Yulia, review your results today, and I have treatment plan for you. Do you have a minute right now to go over
Yes.
with me?
Yes.
All right. Are you at home already or here?
No, I'm still in the parking lot. I'm still here.
Oh, you're still in the parking. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Would you like to discuss with me in person, or you want to do over the phone a bit?
Sure, I can come up.
Okay, okay. All right. So yeah, take your time. And my name is Miyuki. So please tell the front desk that when you're here, I can come and get you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miyuki.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Oh, that's a first. Let me go up and see what Miyuki wants to talk about. It is, what's today? Tuesday, March 14th, the night before my egg retrieval. I'm supposed to be winding down, going to sleep because I got to get up at 4, be on the road by 4:30 to go back to Irvine and get this egg. So let me rewind. Let me back up. So my last appointment on today, today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, yesterday was Monday. My appointment yesterday, so that cyst, that 11 millimeter cyst from Thursday was not a cyst. It was a follicle. And that bad boy grew larger from 11 millimeters to 20. It was 20 yesterday. And then I had the one follicle on my left side that remained at 5 millimeters. Now, all the other ones that were on my right side, or the two small ones that were on my right side, those didn't show up, so they must have disappeared or what have you. But that one follicle ate up all the meds. because between Thursday and Monday, yesterday, I was on a Clomid pill every night, and I was also on a Menopur shot. And the one follicle ate all of that up. So yesterday when she called me and was like, are you still here? Do you want to talk in person or do you want to just talk over the phone? I went back up because after my appointments, you already know, I go and sit back in the car and I just wait because I would just prefer to be there. So I went back into the building, and we like MoniQue. She's cool. She was like, bro, that cyst is probably a follicle. The doctor thinks it's a follicle. We're still not 100% sure, but based on your hormone levels, I think she said it had to be my FSH, because luteinizing hormone, LH, doesn't get high like that. And I thought that would be the indicator of whether it was a follicle. No, it's FSH because it's estrogen. No, it's E2. It's E2. Sorry. My E2, my estradiol, went from 88 on Thursday to 260 something yesterday, and she's like, that thing is secreting estrogen, so we're gonna go after it and try and retrieve it, but in the meantime we need to make sure that you don't lose it because it's growing so quick. We need to make sure that you don't ovulate before. So she's like, you need to take this pill and take this shot as soon as possible. And I was like, okay. So she's getting the meds ready, and she's like, well, I'm gonna go get you some water. She meant right now, like you have to take the pill and the shot right now. So I was like, oh shit. So the pill that I had never had before is called Oralissa, and it was just one. And then I took Ganirelix, and I said that I had never had that before, but Ganirelix is Cetrotide. I've had Cetrotide before. And so that was to stop the LH from increasing, she said. I'm gonna have to do my own research and figure this out, because sometimes, well, you already know. Sometimes I have to do my own research and figure out what actually is happening. But those two medications were to stop my hormones from sending the signal that it's time to ovulate. So I took that, and then she also gave me another Clomid to take the evening that I got home, so yesterday night when I got home. And what else? The trigger shot, the HCG shot, Avidrel. So as soon as I got in the door last night, which was 7 o'clock, I got on my app for the instructions because they weren't quite ready on my portal yet. And I had missed the Clomid time by an hour. I was supposed to take that at 6 o'clock, but I didn't even get home till 7. And I didn't know that the instructions had been posted until I got, until I got home. So hopefully that doesn't matter as much as me being on time for the shot. And you already know, the shot is crucial. And I was on time for that. It was rough getting back up at 12:45 and waiting those 15 minutes, but I needed to be on time, so that was fine. Because we can't lose this one again. And I really feel confident in the idea that my first 2 egg retrievals, I ovulated right before trigger shot, and so that's why both times there was nothing. And so I really am excited and appreciative of them paying attention, this time, and saying, hey, we need to stop this right now. It's getting out of control. It's happening too fast. So let's save it before you lose it. And so now I'm just crossing my fingers and toes and praying that tomorrow is a successful egg retrieval. I'm praying that it's still there. And I'm praying that there's an egg inside, because shit. Then from there, it goes right to the lab to become an embryo. And then we just wait and see. So that's what's happening. I haven't really had a chance to record an update since yesterday. It's been crazy. So yeah, we'll check in tomorrow and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm still smiling. If I'm not, I know it's gonna be okay. This is the slow, long, steady race. I know that one egg, I will get one eventually. I know that. I know. I will get one eventually. So if it doesn't happen tomorrow, it's okay. I will be upset. I will be disappointed. I will be discouraged. I will feel all the feels, but it will be okay, because it's not over. I just keep going back to some things that the doctor said initially when I started this whole thing with him, that I have more than a 1% chance. I have age on my side. It only takes one egg. And the hardest part is making a healthy embryo. So if that's the hardest part, is making a healthy embryo, I'm not worried about them getting an egg. I know that I will get one. I know it. The hardest part is yet to come. And I will overcome and conquer. So that's enough for now. I need to go to bed. We'll check in tomorrow.